Hi there, could I get one show, please?
Excuse me?
Oh, I'm sorry, one animated show with side of fries, please.
Is that for here or to go?
At some point, every artist has dreamed of making their own show. And a couple months ago, I got a bit closer to that dream when I pitched my show to an animation studio. But before I get to that, I'm new here. I should probably introduce myself. My name is Riley. I'm a storyboard artist, board game lover, movie enthusiast, but most of all, I just love telling stories. See, as a kid, I watched a lot of cartoons. I would sit and watch Adventure Time or Flapjack and think about what my show would look like. The walls of my childhood room were lined with drawings depicting future shows straight from the mind of a 10-year-old boy. Hits such as Fart Man and Lizard Boy or Jeff the Ostrich. Yeah, they weren't all winners. But as I got older and became a fully grown person with identity and an unhealthy addiction to League of Legends, that passion survived. So, I graduated high school and decided to pursue it. I told myself I would do whatever it took to make this dream come true. I would have to become someone else.
I would have to become something else.
A college student, haha. Now I know college isn't the end-all be-all to becoming an artist nowadays, but there was more than just art I wanted to learn. I took public speaking classes that taught me confidence. I did group projects that taught me how to work collaboratively. And I took chemistry, which taught me how to take secret naps.
I'm dreaming about pie.
Anyways, during college, I worked as hard as I could to make sure I was ready to work in animation. And in my senior year, I landed an internship at an animation studio! Maybe I should have pursued singing. There, I worked even harder, and with a little luck, I got a full-time offer as a production assistant. Okay, no more singing, let's focus. So, I graduated college with two things, a job and my newest show idea. But, unlike my past ideas, this one had traction. It was sci-fi, action, comedy, basically an amalgamation of everything I loved pushed into one show, and I became obsessed with it. I would wake up in the middle of the night just to jot down an idea that was in my dream. My entire room was filled with post-it notes of sketches or plot points for the show. The little kid in me was bouncing. I was not gonna let this dream die. So one day at work, the studio put on an educational class about animation development. Okay, I'm done, that's it. For those of you who don't know what development is, think of it like this. A show idea is just a bill, sitting on Capitol Hill, and development is the room where all the development executives argue about your idea. They're the ones who decide if that idea will become a show, or if your dreams will be crushed. Wait, what? So kind of a big deal if your dream is becoming a show creator. Anyways, this class was put on by a couple of development executives, and I was determined that this was my chance to speak to one of them about my great idea. So, I waited until the presentation was over, and then... Okay, so apparently a lot of other people have the same dream. So, I waited for the crowd to die down. And I waited. And I waited until finally... he's getting away! Hi. Oh, hello. My name is Riley. I'm a production assistant. And, I was wondering if, hypothetically, I wanted to pitch you a show, what would I have to do to make that happen? Oh, well, I do need to run, but just send me an email and we can set one up, okay? Okay. I was in shock. I spent the rest of the day drafting the perfect email and sent. Now, all I have to do is sit back and... Are you free in 3 weeks? I was ecstatic, but I played it cool. And as I began to celebrate, I realized something. I wasn't ready. I didn't have a pitch packet, a pitch deck, character descriptions, episode premises, a plot outline, character art, a logline, anything I need. What I did have were hundreds of 2 a.m. thoughts messily stuck onto a whiteboard and an unwavering commitment to fulfill a childhood dream. What could go wrong? I went into a furious rage of drawing and writing and drawing and writing every single night. As the days counted down, I got closer and closer to a defining moment in my life. This was going to be perfect. It was going to be funny. It was going to be thorough. It was going to be impossible to say no to. As the day got closer, I pitched this show about 1 million times to my friends, my family, my coworkers, anyone who I thought could provide valuable insight.
Great job, Riley.
When I got good notes, I changed it. When I got bad notes, I considered them. And when I got tired, I drank coffee. There was a lot of coffee. But after all that, I was ready for my meeting. I entered the elevator where I rode to the top floor. It felt like a movie, fancy executives at the very top, waiting to say yes or no to my hard work. The time of my meeting came and I entered the scariest room of my life. But I had practiced this pitch hundreds of times, and despite having the memory of a peanut, I knew this story better than the script of Real Steel.
Hey kid,
Now! Everything I practiced came out perfectly. Every question he had, I answered in the next slide. Every joke I had got a chuckle. I was nailing it. As we wrapped up, I left my pitch Bible, said a huge thank you, and walked out with a sense of confidence. I had absolutely crushed it, and there was no way they could possibly say no. They said it more gently than that, but it didn't soften the blow. Was I not good enough? Was my idea not good enough? I was at a crossroads. I had gotten so close to my dream, and I fell on my butt. Maybe this wasn't my calling. Maybe I should just lay this dream to rest. But after a good week of moping around, I began to clean up my room. As I was sifting through my million post-it notes and crushed dreams, I found something, a script that I had written for an episode of the show. I wrote it purely as an exercise, but something about it called to me. Something clicked. I had fallen in love with this show, and I wanted to see an episode. So, I started to storyboard the episode. And I was having a lot of fun, so I kept drawing. And after spending so much time with these characters, this story began to write itself. I chased the fun. If an idea didn't excite me, I didn't do it. If I thought of a wild idea, I pursued it. I was having the time of my life. Scene by scene, I chipped away at the episode until 3 months later, I drew the last panel. It was done. I had boarded the entire 20-minute episode, and I was proud. It had a musical number, it had comedy, and most of all, it was reflective of what I always wanted to do. Tell stories. So I reached out to my friend in development and asked if he'd like to see it. He said yes, and so once again I took the elevator to the top floor and set up my things. But this time, I wasn't nervous. I was excited. I wasn't there to pitch a show, I was there to share my story with someone. He sat down, and after catching up briefly, I began. I was singing, I was yelling, I was bringing these characters to life. And there was something different this time. I no longer felt like I was chasing that dream, I felt like I had caught it. But I didn't have my own show, I hadn't achieved the dream that little boy had, and yet something just felt right. I had to let that go. It was never about getting my own show, I just wanted to tell stories that were meaningful to me. I'm still waiting to hear back about the pitch, but I decided to chase that feeling. Which brings me here, YouTube. Here I have the platform to share my stories with everyone. What makes me laugh, what gets me excited, my opinion on things. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell the stories I wanna tell and have fun doing it. And if you're still watching this video, then thank you. You're the reason this passion has a chance of becoming a reality. And if you stick with me on this journey, by the end of it, we will make a show. And it will be in no small part because of the support of people like you. If you want to join me on this journey, please like and subscribe. That will give me the confidence to continue making videos like these. If you want to see my pitch, I have a recorded version right here. So click that. Click it. I want to know what you think. Not that I care or anything, just click it. Oh, and subscribe. Did I say that? Subscribe. Thank you.